I've been waiting to tear this game apart ever since I started this channel. It's been 1 year since I launched Sam's Game Room, so it's finally time for me to tackle Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli on the PlayStation 2. The first Sam's Game Room video I ever recorded was this game's spiritual sequel, Test Drive Ferrari Racing Legends, so this seemed like the best time to do it. Have you ever had a game you hated so much that it left you with unpleasant childhood memories? That's the relationship I have with this game. But let me tell you, I was so hyped for this game. I was 12 when this came out, and that was about the height of my Ferrari fever. I had a shelf dedicated to die-cast Ferraris, I had official Ferrari t-shirts, and Michael Schumacher was literally my hero. This game was on the top of my Christmas list, and Grandma always delivers, so I got it. I hated it. Let's find out why. When starting the game up, it's almost like a movie. A Mark Kail production. I wonder if he regrets that decision. After many a loading screen, the main menu appears, and, well, I must admit, this is pretty cool. A beautifully rendered Ferrari F430 Challenge car is presented with an epic, operatic score. So if that's so beautiful, then why did the selection cues sound like this? Ugh! Oh, that's awful! What even is that sound? Who okayed this? I think they could replace with crying babies and it'd sound better. Okay, I was wrong. Maybe not. The first thing you'll notice when you jump into a race is the graphics. They are unacceptable for the time. This game was made in 2008, and Gran Turismo 4, which came out 3 years before, still looks good today. Ferrari F355 Challenge on the Dreamcast had better in-game car models than this, and it came out on the Dreamcast, a full 8 years earlier. The cars and the races look terrible. The lighting effects are weird, the textures are ugly, and the wheels aren't even fully rendered. If you think I'm exaggerating, here's a side-by-side of F355 Challenge and Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli. Despite this game looking like a hot pile of trash, the control is actually quite good. The cars handle well and the racing line is accurate, if a little conservative. Driving this game is honestly pretty fun. The problem? Well, pretty much everything else. You see, there are 4 main racing modes, and most are timed races. This means that the race will go on until the time is up, plus 1 lap. For example, in a 5-minute race, after 5 minutes have passed, the next time you cross the start line is the beginning of the final lap. The only mode that features set laps is single race. Challenge mode takes you through the Ferrari F430 Challenge series. The races are split into 2 heats, which I hated as a kid because they were 15 minutes long each, making a minimum of a half hour to complete a series. Turns out, I was stupid as a kid, and you can set it down to 5 minutes in the main menu. The game warns you to qualify first, but this is kind of pointless beyond learning the track. The AI cars are automatically given a very hard time to beat, a time that they can come nowhere close to living up to in the actual race. So it's easier to just skip qualifying, start in last, and make your way to the front. Heck, it's more fun than starting in the front, and you get money for passing anyway, so there's really no reason not to. Winning a race nets you some challenge cards, which we'll get to later, unlocks the track for use in a quick race, and sometimes unlocks a car to buy. This game does suffer from the same fall as Test Drive Ferrari Racing Legends in that there are very few cars to choose from at the start, but they're at least a lot easier to unlock here. The next mode is Trophy Mode. In this mode, you pick a Ferrari and do a series of races, much like in Challenge Mode, except they're shorter and there's no way to stop in between. This kinda sucks. If something comes up, you can't just save in the middle of the series. You either have to quit and lose the progress you made, or leave the PS2 turned on while you go. The prizes are much the same as in Challenge Mode, except you don't unlock tracks. Next up, Single Race. It's your standard single race mode. Nothing special. Pick a car, pick a track, pick number of laps, go. Finally is Arcade Mode. It's exactly the same as Trophy Mode, but slightly shorter. No, seriously, why does it exist? It's silly, just take out one or the other. There's so little difference between the two that having both is just a waste of space on the disc. Speaking of waste of space on the disc, the car customization. It's very basic and hard to use, but you can do dumb stuff like cover the entire windshield Ricky Bobby style.
This sticker is dangerous and inconvenient, but I do love technique.
Despite its limitations, however, I still managed to make this Pilot Ferrari F40 replica as a kid. I must have had great patience. So all those challenge cards I've been unlocking, what are they good for? Nothing! Well, okay, you can use them in the challenge card minigame. Here's how it works. You draw a card, and so does the AI. This card features a Ferrari, sometimes incorrectly labeled, and a list of statistics. You pick one stat and compare it with your opponent's. If your stat is higher, you take their card and pick again. If you lose, Then you sit and watch while they pick. The decks are huge, so the full game takes far too long. And the music. Oh, the music. It's dreadful and it loops poorly, sounding like it's glitching out. This will be entertaining for all of 2 minutes before you get bored and move on. Oh, and your prize for winning? Another round, giving virtually no incentive to play this. So how's this compared to the Test Drive Ferrari game? Well, honestly, it's sort of like its opposite. Whereas Test Drive Ferrari Racing Legends is a terrible game with excellent presentation, Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli is an excellent game with terrible presentation. Overall, that makes it a lot better than Test Drive Ferrari Legends, though the long length of events is so flawed that it drags the whole game down, and many will be turned off by the graphics alone. But, wait a minute. The graphics look incredible in the back of the box, and, hey, where's the in-car view? PS3 screenshots shown. On the PS2 version? No, that can't be right. Let me just load it back up and... It started me pointing at the wall? You've gone too far this time. This I cannot forgive. Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli gets a -2 out of 10. But, like, seriously? It's not really that bad. Hey, I want to thank you all so much for sticking around through your uploads. It really means a lot to me. I hope I can continue to produce enjoyable content for you. Thank you for watching. Hey, maybe the DS version is better. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind.